Hello, this is author Kristen Otte here. Today I wanted to give you a brief introduction to my Adventures of Zelda chapter book series for kids in case you're unfamiliar with it. And so today I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them in case you're thinking about purchasing them for your son, daughter, or whatever kid or adult that might be interested in the book. So the first thing I wanted to tell you is about the books in the series. The first one is called The Adventures of Zelda, A Pug Tale. The second is called The Adventures of Zelda, the Second Saga. And finally, the third, which is now available September of 2014, is The Adventures of Zelda, Pug and Peach. So there are 3 books in the series as of September 2014. And what's unique about these books is that they stand alone. So you could start in the middle with book 2 or book 3, and that would be okay. That would work for your son or for your daughter because they stand alone. And that's perfectly okay. And you could read in reverse order, and you're not going to spoil anything important or too big of a deal. So if you're not sure where to start or accidentally picked up the third book first, not a big deal. The other thing I want to tell you about is the format of the book. So each chapter is kind of a standalone story. So let me show you a table of contents here so you can see that. So if you look, they're all labeled by the chapters, and you can see the titles of each chapter, like The Cat Whisperer, The Racetrack, House Guest, The Easter Egg Hunt. So those are all chapters, and each chapter is a small standalone story, and so you can read those really well as bedtime stories or something along those lines. Which brings me to the next point. What is the appropriate age range for the Zelda books? In the United States, I say that's grades. 2nd through 4th grade is probably the best range for students who want to read, which would be ages 7 to 8 to 10 or 11, or really 9 or 10. So 7 to 10 would probably be the target age range. Now, I say that knowing that every student has a different reading level, especially at those ages, and so maybe a 2nd grader might not be ready for the Zelda books, or a 4th grader might think the Zelda books are too elementary. So you kind of have to use your judgment there. But that's kind of the target range. When I wrote the first one, I had my 8-year-old nephew in mind, and it worked really well for him at that time. He's now 10, and he still enjoys reading the books. So if you have somebody, the kid you're thinking about buying the book for is 5 or 6, my advice is pick up the book, and you could use it as a bedtime story. And I've heard of parents reading with their kids, and that works really well with the Zelda books. The other thing about the Zelda books is that they are intended to make you laugh, and that they're a lot of fun. And so if you have a son or even a daughter that's not a big fan of reading, I found a lot of times that they enjoy the Zelda books because they're lighthearted and fun. And sometimes we need that, especially if we're trying to get our kids to bridge into reading and they're not quite there yet. So my nephew is kind of a great example of that, and he really enjoys the Zelda books even though he's not a big reader, and so that's great. Let's see, the other thing I want to tell you is that it's perfectly okay if you are an adult to buy the Zelda books, especially if you're a pug lover. I found that a lot of pug owners love to collect pug type stuff, and so I know many of the people that bought my Zelda books are adults, and they love pug stuff, and that's fun, and I think you can still enjoy it as an adult, keeping in mind that it is geared for kids. So that's a little bit about my Zelda books. One last thing I want to tell you about is you can order them in paperback from Amazon or Barnes & Noble, or on ebook form. If you have an Amazon device, you can order it for the Kindle or your Fire there. You can order it on Apple through iBooks. You can get it on Kobo or Barnes & Noble through the Nook store, so it's available everywhere. And or if you don't want to go through those routes and you're looking for something a little bit more special for that kid in your life, I do offer what I call autographed copies. And so I'm going to show you what that means. As you can see, Zelda herself has autographed this copy, and if somebody were to order this from my website, I would, in addition to Zelda autographing it, I would sign the book as well to whoever. it was geared to. So you can do that directly from my website. Just be sure to click on the autographed copy option and to be sure to tell me who you want to sign the book to. So that's kind of a lot of fun. I know that kids especially love getting autographed copies. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the Zelda books, especially the third one, which is now available as of September 2014. Thanks.